Hey everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is Elma the Non-Tech Techie. And today, this is my only live stream for this month because I am moving house and it was just so busy. If you are new to our channel, please kindly subscribe and hit the notification button so that you can get notified whenever we have a new live stream. So my next live stream will be in early August. In the meantime, I'm bringing you today, or I'm interviewing today, Pratik Ghela. He is the founder of Make Forms. But before that, he actually has another product which is called Make Stories. It's a mature product, and I'm very surprised that it is on LTD on Rocket Hub. So I don't know what how Charlie convinced them to put make stories on Rocket Hub. So anyway, it's a great tool, very mature. And today we will answer the burning question that I've seen a lot these days about make stories. Why do you need make stories when Google Stories Editor is actually free? Okay, so hi Pratik, good evening.
Hi, Hi, Elma. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? I'm
I'm
actually tired
good.
of packing up a lot of things here. I packed up like 10 boxes of books. Whew.
Sorry? 10
Yeah,
boxes? Wow.
10 boxes of books. I still have paper books.
No, I think I'm not sure. Like I don't read much, so uh, I don't know about it. But I have heard that people love to read books, uh, what I've heard from people who love to read books is that Kindle and ebooks cannot kind of replace them. So I think that I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, it's already reduced because 5 years ago we also moved and half of the books got thrown away. But this time I still have a lot of books and I've hardly added anything to that collection. Um,
Wow.
yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy. So moving is really difficult. And okay, we have more packing to do. And Saturday is the big move for me. And we almost did not have a live stream today because my internet provider cut off my internet today, thinking that I
Wow.
am moving today. That was so funny. Okay, anyway, let's go to your story. It's about Make Stories, it's about Pratik. So, could you tell us more about Make Stories? I understand that Make Stories was created even before Make Forms because I remember talking to you last time and you said, "Oh, I also have another software called Make Stories. It's already mature product."
Yeah.
And I don't know what Charlie did that he how he convinced you to launch these to sell this on Rocket Hub as an LTD. So, tell us more about it.
Sure. So the thing is that make stories. Actually, before make stories, I used to run an agency, and so you know, I the make stories was technically my first product that I ever built, and so initially we launched make stories 1.0, then which was around 2019, and it was launched in Tokyo by Google themselves. So this was like a milestone for me personally, wherein Google literally launched this particular product in front of people, and in fact we were the first person, like the first product that was launched, because and that time we had only two products, namely Make Stories and Make Forms. Okay. So after that, we when once it was launched, it was built on jQuery. So the thing is that jQuery, because that is all that we knew for that time. Okay, and then in 2020, we saw the traction and all those things. So then we said, okay, this is good. Now let's try to hire a team, and we did hire a team of developers, and we launched MakeStories 2.0 with a modern tech. So then we said, okay, this is good, and then I think the MakeStories 2.0 version was launched somewhere about, I would say, mid 2022, and then we from 2022 2023, we actually, like, just were improving the product more and more, trying to make it more mature. And while that particular time, we actually were, so I have been in touch with Google since September 2018. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So initially, when we reached out to Google and said that we are building something called Make Stories, they were like, well, no one is going to use such a tool, and they were not so convinced about it. So they said that like no one is going to use Make Stories. We said okay, but they said that do one thing, keep us posted about your like progress, and we would stay in touch. And then in 7 to 8 months, they figured out that what we were doing is meaningful, because and in that point in time, Google was trying to create this ecosystem, okay, of web stories, and they wanted the publishers to actually create these web stories by themselves. So while they were doing that thing, what they understood is that their vision of actually, like no publisher using the story creation tool proved to be wrong, because publishers at that point in time were not ready to put in the developer resources. So then Google turned to us and they said that okay, we can work together, and they gave us an offer to actually launch Make Stories at the MCon. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to share my screen, and while we were talking, I got this thing. So let me actually just share this particular window. So share screen window, so you can also hear the audio actually.
Okay, let's wait. I can't see your screen yet.
Okay, can you see my
Okay,
screen now?
now we can.
Okay, so this was the AMP conference that happened in 2019. And if you see this, so this is Malta Ubal, who used to lead the AMP project at Google, and now he is with Vercel.
So far. But it's also something that's completely changing now. We're super excited about a whole slew of awesome tools for M Stories that are launching as we speak. Make Stories is an end-to-end, what you see is what you get tool for making stories with
So if you see this,
Make Stories is an end-to-end.
so this is what the Make Stories version 1.0 used to look like. It was all built in like jQuery. So then Google said that okay, we are going to launch this, and they launched it. And then 2020 we built 2.0. For 4 years we kept on refining the tool, because in from 2020 to 2023 we literally worked with Google, and Google did introduce us to a lot of publishers. So any tier one publisher like USA Today, Forbes.com, in India you have NDTV, in Brazil we had some of the biggest publishers. They all were using Make Stories. Okay, and then in 2023, with the AI thing coming up, we said that now we really need to think about introducing AI within Make Stories, and we did that. And then we started the Make Stories 3.0, and we launched Make Stories 3.0 in this January. So Charlie actually met me in 2022. So I will give you a brief story. Actually, I've given lots of demos of Make Stories already in many of the webinars. So if we want, we would definitely touch base those things. But I would like to discuss things and answer questions, because now I think everyone knows what's Make Stories and everyone has questions. So Charlie actually met me in 2000 and the end of 2022 in New York, and he saw both the products like Make Stories and Make Forms. So he wanted to actually launch Make Stories back then, but we had this deal with Google, so we were not ready. In fact, we said no, Make Stories we cannot do. Make Forms definitely we can look at. And then apart from Rocket Hub, AppSumo has been following us for past, I would say, 2 3 years since 2021. They want to launch Make Stories, but we said no, we cannot do that. And then we first when AppSumo came in, then couple of other I think Prime deals also wanted to launch us. And then, like Make Forms was there. We were going to launch Make Forms at PitchGround, and we all know what happened to PitchGround. So,
No
uh,
comment.
yeah. So PitchGround, we were going to go there, and then someone told me that, hey, don't do PitchGround. Like, it's better to do a private Ltd than do PitchGround. So then we were going to go ahead with someone else, and Charlie then did post something about Mag AI, like how they worked so closely with Mag AI, and we were literally going to launch an Ltd with the other person. I cancelled that deal, and we launched Make Forms with Charlie. So Charlie proved out pretty good with the Make Farms campaign, and then we said okay. And then this year we launched our MRR plans, because in all the 5 years we were working on building the ecosystem and increasing the user base. So we said okay, now we are going to launch our own MRR plans, and we honestly speaking we had no need for the for doing the Make Stories, like Ltd. But Charlie felt that the format itself is very powerful, and people quite, like they don't kind of understand it. Okay, like how, because the problem with the Google web stories is that the perception is that you use Google stories for discover traffic, which I feel is not the way you should look at. And when they look at that perception, what they are also saying is that okay, my going stories are gonna be seen only in India, US, and Brazil. So why should I do that? Like if I'm from China, or let's say if I'm from Philippines, why should I use Make Stories? What people don't understand is that Google initially, when they launched, they said that yeah, this is it. Like it will be in India, US, and Brazil. But now, if you see the guidelines being set down by Google, what Google is now saying is that you can these stories can be shown on Google search, and in certain part they can also be in certain countries they can also be shown in the discover feed. So let me share my screen, because I feel that educating people about the format, first of all, is very necessary, and that's exactly what Charlie wanted us to do. Like the goal here is not to make money, because Make Sure has already been making money. Okay, the goal here is to actually go out and like let the people know like how to use the format. So if you see today, even like on the and I'm showing you the Google Search Console article, okay? So it says that web stories can appear as a search result, which is available in all regions and languages where Google search is available. So here, if you see, it says that wherever Google search is available, which means Google search is available globally. So web stories can appear in the Google search. Second, they say web stories can also appear in a Google search carousel, which is available in India, US, and Brazil. Now, what I'll do is I will actually share my screen. Let me join from my mobile. So I can share my screen and show you what exactly do I mean. Just give me a second. I can join from my mobile too, right?
Yes, you could.
Right.
You got the link, right?
Yeah, I have the link. I'm just copying and pasting it. But I'm not sure if I can share my screen.
Oh yeah, that is also what I am not sure of.
Yeah, so we'll stress test this thing today. Okay. Mm,
Okay, that's you, but not your screen. Is there a share screen from there?
no. Okay, so let me do this. Let me actually do a screen recording and share it on, do it to a, what you say, an airdrop. Okay, so these are the stories. So I have the recording, and I'll quickly do an airdrop from my mobile.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'll just read some comments here. So, Google is still the number one traffic source and it prefers stories. I read an article in last day shared by Ankit. So, Ankit Sharma shared an article from Google about Make Stories, actually. So, there was a published story about you or about your product.
I read an article in. Yeah, so I think, yeah. So this actually, like, it kind of created a stir when I shared it in the group. Like, some of them were like, "Oh, this is being hyped up." Well,
Mm,
so honestly speaking, I was not trying to hype it up. And of course, if I'm running a campaign, I would want people to understand like what levels has MakeStories reached to. So what actually happened is something very simple. And let me share my screen and show
okay,
it to you. So what really happened is that I received
one
an
moment.
email.
Let me show your screen. Okay, there you go.
So what happened is that last night I received an email from Ahrefs that
Mm-hmm.
there are certain new backlinks coming in, and in that we had newsinitiative.withgoogle.com. So I just opened up that link, and turns out that the Google News Initiative actually did publish an article about how to create and all those stuff. Okay, and turns out that they have did it only so I went in and actually I tried to search the articles, like what is it, like are there any other articles about stories. Turns out there are none. Like, if you see the resources, I don't know why I'm set to Korean, but there's nothing related to web stories. Like, it's only about make stories. So this is wherein, like, we actually work with Google. So if you see, we like I was also in the like in the working group meeting. So if you see the Slack, there is this AMP channel by Google, and there used to be this working group. Okay, and I was a part of this. So if you see the WG stories, this is the working group. Okay, so I knew, and I used to go on this calls with Google. So I would say, like Google really does not give preference to anyone. The product managers, they kind of understand that, okay, what this product has to offer. So if you see lately, Google has been promoting only two things. Like, one is their own web stories plugin, and the second one is make stories. And then what they have done is that they have a list of tools on their AMP website. So that's how, like, it's all spread out. And then somehow people felt that, oh, it can, like, anyone, like in video and pictorial can also be there. Turns out they did their own research, and they found out, no, that's not possible. So this was organically kind of pulled in by the Google team themselves, and they did it. Like, we did not even reach out to them to write any article about us.
Okay, so I'm sharing with everyone the Google News Initiative link on Make Stories. Oh, Pratik, where are you? Okay, so I dropped the link
Hey,
here below, and everyone can have a look at the article later.
yeah. So yeah, so that's the thing. Now, so when it comes to there's another burning question about why not the web stories Google plugin? It's free. It's on WordPress. So the number one thing why we have the biggest number of enterprise clients, like enterprise billing is almost 60%, 60 to 70% of our MRR comes from our enterprise customers. The reason why we have enterprise is because, number one, enterprise customers will never use WordPress. Like, 1 out of 10 or 2 out of 10 might use, and then they, like, they would just make it uh you know they would do so much of customization. And if you see those kind of enterprise clients like NASA and all those people going to WordPress, they literally work with wordpress.com, like the WordPress automatic, because I've been in the WordPress ecosystem for quite some time. So number one, it's like, honestly speaking, uh, Google actually copied a lot of things from our plugin, like not our plugin, sorry, but from our editor. And in fact, the designers who used to work on those kind of Figma layouts for the plugin, what they did is that they were the users of MakeStories, and they used to join our calls with Google. And we found out that, okay, Google is also trying to build a WordPress plugin, and we objected that. And then the teams were separated. So Google plugin came in a lot later. And at that time I asked that, if you guys are working with us and we are going out together, then why would you launch a WordPress plugin? Because Makespace also has a WordPress plugin. Okay. So they said that they wanted to increase the adoption, so they are building it. And their goal is not to build a, full-fledged tool like Make Stories. Their only goal is to build something very basic, which has beautiful templates. And in fact, if you see the templates that you have on Google Web Story plugin, at one point in time there was a discussion between Google and all the Web Story tooling that we'll all share these similar templates and all those things. So number one, but they built the WordPress plugin keeping in mind the, like, the mass. Second, they I'm not sure if it's actively being maintained right now, but I have if I was a business, I would stay away from it because, number one, you never know, because Google has this thing of killing products. So they might not end up maintaining it. If they are, it's a good thing, but then you are completely dependent on something else. Third thing, if you see today, then your stories that you publish on these, like using the WordPress plugin, what if tomorrow you just want to move out of WordPress, like your stories are gone? But with Make Stories, what happens is that your CMS is completely separate from your Web Stories plugin. And what you can do is that you can literally tell us that, okay, our subdomain has changed and our support will work with you. Third thing, the most important thing is that when you're using the Google's WordPress plugin, you're completely on your own. Like, there's no one to support you. So the point is that, here we have a dedicated support system. We have a Slack channel, and I think those are the kind of things. And this is why Make Stories, like, or majorly is a enterprise first company, wherein we sell to the enterprise customers. Like we literally get at least 3 to 4 enterprise deals every month. So now, just to share with you the thing that I was talking about. So this is the screenshot from my mobile. So I was searching for this thing called Minnesota, and when you scroll down, okay, you will see something called as Visual Stories. Now, if you see this stories.aaa.com, this is these stories are built using Make Stories. Like, AAA is Make Stories customer. So this is what they say when they say that web stories can appear in carousel on Google search, which is available in India, US, and Brazil. So now Google initially used to say that, okay, stories will come only on Discover. From there, they have come that it will appear in carousel. From carousel, they are saying that now it will also appear in Google search. So now we'll go on to the third thing. In the Discover feed, web stories can appear as a single card. While this appearance is available in all regions and languages where Google Discover is available, it's most likely to appear in the US, India, and Brazil. So now what does this really mean is that Google has, like, this is my interpretation. I think that Google has already launched it in different countries. They are doing some kind of experiments probably. It's just that they don't want to talk about it, like in open. And then when they say pick one of these several tools, so if you see this, okay, now when you see the creator tools, they are heavily promoting WordPress. Now, there's a backstory behind this particular page. Okay, so what actually happened is that right now, if you see looking for other options, this was never there. It was me who actually went out and I told that, hey, you cannot be just promoting WordPress plugin. You need to promote other tools also. And then they put in other tools and they kind of sent people to this particular tool. And then here you see all the plethora of all these different, like join stories and this and that. And MakeStories is one of them. So this is, like the entire backstory, and I think this should kind of answer that, like why make stories over a WordPress plugin. So this is I feel, I cannot explain more than this, and then I feel ultimately and yeah, by the way, make sure also has a WordPress plugin. So it's, and the best part is that we take care of all the hosting and everything, because these web stories are resource intensive. So your one web story might be like about 30 or 35 MB worth of images and all those things. So if there is a if you're lucky and the story gets hit on Discover, it literally goes in and it burns so much of bandwidth. So make sure it just literally takes care of all your bandwidth and everything. So it's always better to be with someone like us, wherein we are responsible for your hosting and your delivery and all those things, rather than like being dependent on WordPress, because that thing will literally go in and hit your WordPress database, and it can really like have an impact on your WordPress website. And we all know how WordPress can literally go down just with because I'm pretty sure that whoever is using WordPress, 80% of the time they are using Bluehost or some two, five, $10 per month hosting, and we all know how reliable they are.
Yep. Okay. So, and especially LTD hosting, that is definitely, I don't have any more comments on that, the LTD hosting as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what I understand now is that, okay, I can use Make Stories if I have a WordPress site, but it's not necessary to have a WordPress site. So, even if I don't have WordPress, I can still use Make Stories, and it would be a subdomain where I point my CNAME to Make Stories. Is
Yeah.
that right?
So subdomain is also there, and then if you have a little bit of technical knowledge, and if you can send an email to our technical team will send you the documentation to host it in a subfolder also.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay. And as an okay, so it appears as like your domain.com your domain.com slash stories instead of
Yeah.
stories that mydomain.com.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, I don't have the technical know-how, but I'm happy with the CNAME option. Okay, so let's see. So there are some comments, some questions. Okay, so right now it's available in Google, India, US, and Brazil, right? And how about YouTube? Like, can we post the make stories on YouTube?
So there's no direct integration.
Mm-hmm.
However, we are working on one, wherein so yeah, this is another great thing about Make Sure is like in the Google Web Stories plugin that you have, you cannot export that as a video, but with Make Stories you can actually export the story as a video. So now what we are working on is that any story that you create inside Make Stories, you can actually go ahead and you can publish it as a video to your YouTube, and it will be automatically published to your YouTube channel. So that is something that we are working on right now.
Oh, nice. And I recall that we can integrate with, we can bring our own key for Leonardo for the graphics, right?
The AI, yeah,
And for the voice cloning, what do
you can
you
bring
use?
11 labs. You can
Right.
bring in your 11 labs. This what do you say? API key.
Right. Say if I don't have an API key with both, you have options for us who don't have the API keys. Can we
No,
purchase from you?
so for the LTD community, we
Mhm.
don't. So you will have to actually, you cannot use from us. You will have to bring in your key. That's the only option.
Okay. Okay. And I checked Leonardo. I think it costs around $10 per month. That's their starter plan. 11 labs. I'm not sure what is the cost for
So
their
Linda
plans. Yeah.
starts at $5 per month.
11 labs is $5 a month.
It
And
starts from $5.
right. And Leonardo is $10. So you would need to also you need to budget $15 for these two APIs.
Yeah, you will
Okay.
have to. Yeah.
So yeah, uh, Charlie met you lately? No, 2022, and they've been talking ever since. And let's see here. Hmm. Okay. So here's a comment from Faz saying that he's loving the templates. Will there be more added or more focus on the AI generation?
So honestly speaking, we're not looking to add any more templates because what we feel is that like you have those vertical content, the entire like space is too less. If I try and I dump in a lot of design into that thing, it's not going to like make it beautiful overnight. It's so the focus should more be on the images and videos and all those things, rather than the design elements. Because even when Google used to tell this to everyone, they said that we want you to make your stories more visual, and by visual they literally meant that we want you to add more images and videos rather than the design elements. So we feel that the way things are, the templates we have, and honestly speaking, we have not created any template since 2022, and people are just loving it. So we feel that the templates are good enough, and we don't need much more templates.
Okay. Now, okay, so as Sif's comment here is that in his experience, web stories is mostly suitable for certain niches like news, recipe, travel, but not all. Based on your experience and based on the your enterprise clients, what niches or what categories do they normally use web stories?
So I will tell you. So I think Asif is not, like wrong about what he's saying. He's correct. Like initially, Google launched the stories in certain categories like the fashion, travel, recipes, and all those things. And I feel that he is correct. So news, fashion, recipes, sports is something that people are seeing web stories in. But again, like I would say that you should always try to increase your niche. Like if you have the content ready, tomorrow if Google is launching the stories in your category, you will be the leader in that. So why not?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So don't be disheartened if it's not on your niche right. Okay, web stories not popular in your niche right now. Just start because once Google starts with it, you will be there. And it's better to be there than you are just starting to
Yeah,
pick
because
things
then
up.
yeah, then what will happen is that everyone will start building in that niche, and then the entire thing will be very crowded, and it will be too late for you to go in and start making a mark for yourself. So it's
Right.
better to start early than later.
Okay. Now there is a question. Okay. Voice cloning and video splitter, like these features are not included in the LTD. Do you allow LTD users to use them by pay as you go option or a little monthly fee?
So voice cloning, we are not sure if we are going to do, but video splitter will be included, and video splitter is something that's being worked on right now. So you will be able to use the video splitter, but I think like I would refrain from doing this, wherein like we charge you for something, because then it really people really make a huge issue out of it. So it's better to just be like, okay, bring your own key and like be happy.
Yeah, because some people don't want to pay, some people are okay to pay. You can't please everybody, okay? Just
Yeah,
we know that. So hosting a subfolder is a much better option. So Asif,
yeah.
please contact their technical support. It's support at
Chat G-
makestories.io. And then they will be very happy to assist you with the documentation for this. Okay, next is can we upload assets in
yeah,
Make Stories?
you
So
can you
yes.
can upload your own images. Yeah.
Okay, now this one is more of an SEO question, and honestly, I don't know the answer to this. What is the difference between hosting a subdomain in a subdomain versus a folder in terms of SEO?
So SEO in the subfolder is always better rather than hosting in a subdomain, because subdomain is considered as a completely new website by Google, wherein the subfolder is considered as the main part of the main website. And the best part is that if your website has a good SEO, what do you say, authority, that authority goes to your stories also.
All right, so Asif also answered the same way. I just saw that. Okay, thanks, Asif. Okay, next, this one. Is there a way to embed a carousel with featured stories within a section of our website?
So what you can do is that you can actually create a tag in Make Stories, and when you do that, uh, so I'll actually share my screen.
Okay.
Just give me a second. Okay, you can see my screen now.
Yes, now we could.
Okay, so when you create a widget, okay, here you can select a tag. Okay, so, for example, you are saying that ocean is the tag that I want to create the stories in. So, what you can do is you can create a tag called featured, and whenever you create a new story, or let's say even if you have an existing story, what you can do is that you can go to your settings and you can select a tag. So, so you can go to the settings and select the tag. So let's say if I want to select this ocean tag, so this tag will be assigned to the story, and then when you are loading this thing on your like the bubble on your website, and you have selected the feature tag, all the stories that have been tagged with feature will be coming to that. And the best part is that you can create unlimited widgets, and those widgets you can decide wherever you want to place.
Hmm, that's nice.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So I just dropped in the giveaway link. We have a giveaway of 3 licenses at the end of the of our live stream. So let me see. Okay, actually, not much questions anymore. Okay, so is there anything else that you want to share? So no more questions that I could see here.
I can see
Wait, okay.
how
Are there
compared.
analytics to see how many times a story was viewed?
So there are two analytics. One is MakeStories inbuilt analytics that you get within the dashboard, and you can bring in your own Google Analytics like your GA4 tag. You can embed it, and like you can see all the data in your analytics
Yeah, and I think you can even bring in your Google Ad.
manager. Yeah,
Yeah, Google Ad Manager would be there too.
yeah. So I know I can see quite yeah. So
How will
Google,
it work in ecom? Yes.
how will it work in ecom? So what we are suggesting people is that you can create stories using your on your, let's say, Shopify and all those things, and then you can take this carousel and you put it on the top of your Shopify website, and then like people can scroll through them and they can then just scroll up, and so they can use the CTA. Let me actually show you this. So whenever you have a story,
Not yet, not yet. We don't see it yet.
oh,
Please
you're not
wait.
able to see.
Okay, now we can see it.
So what you can do is you can always add a call to action button. So to do that, what you will do is that you will click this link that says add CTA button. So let's say you have this thing, for example, I'll add a template. So let's say, for example, I add this. And here, for example, let's change this to an image. So for example, I just write something. So this is my product. What I can now do is that I can add a call to action button, and I would say shop now. So you can actually just go ahead and you can create a slide explaining your product in short, and then you can add a call to action button on any page, so the users can literally scroll up and do the shopping. So that is how I feel you
Wow,
should.
nice. I didn't even think of that. That's a really great question, Rahul, because I can use that actually in my Shopify store.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's really cool. So you mentioned earlier that we can add make stories as a subfolder. Can we do that using the cPanel? So there is a file section in our cPanel, right?
Uh, yeah, but you cannot. So the subfolder works on something called as, it's called reverse proxy. So you will have to do that. So reverse proxy is something very technical, and you need access to your SSH and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So by subfolder, what we really never deploy the web stories files onto your servers. They are stored on our servers because the ability to actually deploy the stories on your servers is only with the enterprise customers. So even the make sure is MRR customers don't get that option. So I don't think that using cPanel it would work.
Okay. But in our cPanel, by the way, Jogindra, you have the SSH there and stuff like that. So you still have to use your cPanel to make the change to do the to create the settings. Okay. Is it under GDPR?
Technically, it is not, because Google tried to do is that they tried to come up with cookie banner for these stories, but that cookie banner really never worked. So I would say don't use it if you're looking for GDPR compliance, because I have actually my other product make stories make forms, sorry, it's heavily under compliance. So I won't say that. If you want to be GDPR compliant, think twice before using it, but it really depends, because we do not like make stories, or AMP does not technically collect that much of data.
Information, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't see why you need GDPR compliance because you don't collect
Uh,
information here.
yeah, so if
The,
you're not using analytics, I think you
Mhm.
don't even need to. So you can just turn off the analytics and you would be GDPR compliant right away.
Right. And anyway, if you put your CTA there that is buy now, the site that it links to, it's hopefully GDPR compliant because that's where GDPR compliance is important. Not on the stories part, but on the part where your customers have to purchase.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, and yes, as if as a point, stories are not launched in European countries. You don't really need GDPR. Then in the US, you have other regulations. I'm not sure if Brazil has another regulation, but you have regulations in US that you have to comply to. But I, like I said earlier, Stories, Make Stories is not a data collection tool, so you don't really need it.
Yeah.
Um,
Cannot reverse proxy be done using Cloudflare? Yeah, the reverse proxy can be done using Cloudflare. You will have to reach out to our support, and they will give you the, they will guide you how to do it.
yeah, the instructions. Yep. Okay, so I believe that is all the questions. Did I miss any questions here?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Actually, is there, because you've worked with Google, right? Did they mention anything on why it's only available now? The story is available now only in US, India, and Brazil. Did they give you any reason?
They will never give a reason.
Yeah, they are so secretive. Oh my goodness. Let's
Yeah,
see.
they, yeah. So they will never, never ever give you any reason for anything.
All right. Okay then. Yeah, and actually, like what you mentioned earlier, like if you use Google stuff, you would hardly get support. But if we use Make Stories, you'll get support. And this is actually the reason why, like, say, I use Google Workspaces. I actually don't go and buy it directly from Google. The reason is I know that I won't get support. So I prefer to get it from resellers that I know will provide me support if I have any issues. It's
Yep.
exactly the same. Okay.
Storybase has an integration feature of Midjourney coming soon.
Ah, okay.
What do you think about it? I would say, so this is something that, like I had tried for a long time, but Midjourney is has a problem is that you know technically Midjourney does not have an API. You just have to go to Discord. You need to send a message, and then Midjourney will reply you back to you. Now what many people have done is that they are creating Discord bots, and they are building this Mid Journey API. So technically it's not an official Mid Journey API, but like something that just works somehow. Like like it's a workaround, like a patch, I would say, to get the Mid Journey images using an API. So I believe that Storyblaze was initially called Story Scraper, and their business was scraping other people's story. Like they started off scraping big news companies in India to create your content. I believe that if and by the way, we actually did this. Like we tried this Mid Journey bot thing ourselves, but we said that we really do not want to do anything that is unethical, because if a company like Mid Journey does not want to give you an API, but you are somehow breaking the terms of use and trying to do all these things, and somehow get the images using API. I think it's very well suited for a company like Storyblaze, who have started their thing scraping other people's website. But whenever we do anything with any of our product at Make, we would always be legally compliant. We will be do it in such a way where we like literally every of our procurement, any of our privacy policy, terms of use, everything is sent to our legal consultant, and they approve everything. So I think this was a very big answer to your question of what do you think about it. But this is exactly what I think. Is if Midjourney does not want to give you an API, don't use it, because they don't want to do it. Like if they wanted, they would have already had this in the market. So I would say it's better to not use some makeshift arrangement. Like I think, yeah, as Asif said, it's called Jugaad in India. So don't go Jugaad solutions. As I think I have the answer for you. And then Vikas has this question of how to use it in real estate. So I think rather than answering about industry wise, what I strongly feel is that what you should do is that uh, you should think about this. Is today people really do not want to read, like real estate might have all these brochures and everything. People really don't read that much nowadays. They just want to consume the content in bit size. So irrespective of, and everything is visuals today. If you see, like on our reels, it's all videos and images. So I think the only way to actually have the story experience on the web today is through web stories. So think of it like, how can you, if you have something, like uh if you want to show the amenities of your building, you can always do all of that using a story. Like, what for example, what all amenities does your building provide, and you can say a swimming pool, gym, and basketball ground or something, and they can just tap. So within 5 seconds they literally have everything. Or the other way, initial way was they have to keep on scrolling. So like, if you can convert your scroll into a tap, I feel you can do send out your messaging much quicker. So I would say this is, we are not any like sector agnostic. We feel that the story experience can be better at anywhere, like across. You really do not need to think of a use case. You just have to think that if I can convert my messaging from a long form to a tab based short form medium, you should go ahead and do it.
Okay, and there is a question here from HF. So he attended other Make Stories demos and he has missed the bulk creation and post scheduling feature. So is there
So
a
there is
bulk creation?
no bulk creation feature as such. There is this feature wherein you can just create a story using an AI, and it can help you reduce your time to create. Uh, that being said, I feel that uh, our API feature, which is launching very soon and which we are working on right now, it will help you ease the creation. Again, I would say that we will never ever launch a feature wherein we automate things completely, wherein like the story gets created and published. Even with the API, the story will be created and it will be saved as a draft in your account. You can then go in and you can review your story and then publish it. So because this has been our philosophy, because we strongly feel that automation in the content creation can backfire also. So it's better to avoid that, and so we won't be automating anything.
Right. And actually, that's the reason why a lot of blog articles were de-indexed by Google. It's exactly the same reason because they've automated blog writing and people don't even read what they are posting.
Yeah.
They don't even write what they are posting. They have no idea what was posted. And yet they expected to be ranked. And
Yeah,
Google knows that, Google knows that.
Google knows that. Google is
Um, yeah, Google is smart. Google is everywhere.
yeah,
Okay, the next is, can we track competitors and their web stories?
not with make stories. Maybe you want to do it by yourself, but not with make stories at least.
Okay. Well, fair enough. It's not a competition tracking tool.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, as if no, there will not be a bulk story creation feature in Make Stories. Or maybe can you do a bulk creation and then, but still it has to be edited by someone before posting?
But no, we won't get into the bulk thing. As I said, we will definitely launch the API, but we don't intend to do a bulk, because like the moment you do bulk, the quality is already lost.
Hmm, got it.
Yeah. So our
And that's
focus.
Yeah, and that's why I don't have bulk live streams as well. We only have one live stream a week. Okay, so
Yeah.
and this is actually the reason why, because we want to keep the quality. Yeah, and we ensure that, like, we invite founders like Pratik. that we've already vetted in the past, we worked with in the past, and I know that hey, he works in a very ethical manner.
Yeah,
He is very passionate with his products. I remember make forms when I have to when I can choose so many different servers now,
yeah,
and I was really like, wow, I haven't seen anyone do it. So
yeah, yeah. No, and by the way, while we are here, we have the launch week running at Make Forms.
mhm.
Yeah. So we am doing like we are posting one video every day about the new features that we have launched on Make Forms.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you make stories with make forms?
We were thinking about it, but
Yeah.
it turns out that like forms within stories really did not work, to be honest. And we did many pilot projects. Turns out it really doesn't work that nicely.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's better to send out. So story is just your like medium where you grab the people's attention, get them engaged, and then once they're engaged, just move them to something else. Like
To your funnel, to your sales funnel.
yeah,
Yeah.
to your sales funnel. Yeah,
Because that's part that is very important. First, to get them engaged, get them interested, and that's what make stories is really good at. They
yeah.
can get attention. They can capture the attention of your client of your customers.
Yeah. So
So
first use make stories to grab the attention, then
mhm.
use make forms to collect the
Collect the
data,
data.
and then use FlexiSign to close the deal.
Yeah. Next time we will have flexi sign, right? We were talking already about it in the
Yeah.
group.
Yeah. So that's launching very soon. Like we are very close, very close, I would say.
Okay, so here Faz is saying he loves the consistency in your business practice, very ethical.
Yep.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
So, um, make farm plus flexi sign combo would work. And tell the story and send to make form.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we have a lot of ideas here. And thanks so much, everyone, for joining our live today. And Hey, Pratik, how about for fun? I want you to choose one winner who asked the best question, and then two other winners we will draw by via the wheel of names. How about that?
Yeah. Let me see. What's the best question?
Yeah.
I think I like this one. The SAS directory. Is there a way to embed a carousel with featured stories within a section of our website? That was a good one, I think.
Well, congratulations, SAS Directory. Who are you? Please tell me your name, because I don't know your name. And let me see if I find your name somewhere here. Is it? Okay, I have the SAS. Okay, it might be Andres Sanchez. Andres, is that you? Can you please confirm it's you? Okay, so in the meantime, we are going to call 45 people who joined us live today. Thank you. That's really a lot of you. Thanks so much for your support. We have here Amir Azad, Andres Sanchez, and Keith, Anoa Rule Asif, Brave, Jenna, Craig, Darren, Farheen, Faz, Gulam, Risharan, Inderjit, Interpret, Jeffrey, Joginder, Joshua, Kabir, Liam. Okay, so JDip is missing and HM is missing. Yeah, that's why we do it alphabetical so that we know what is missing.
So while you're doing this,
Mm-hmm.
I also want to tell you that very soon within Make Forms, there are going to be apps wherein you can just select random submission. So you don't need to use wheel of names anymore. So
Yay!
anyone who has submitted your form, uh,
Mm-hmm.
you can just pick a random person out of it. So that is something that's going to be launched inside Make Farms very soon.
Yay. Please let me know when that happens. That will be really great. Okay, so let's continue with our roll call. So we have JD, Jeffrey, Joginder, Joshua, Kabir, Liam, Mamta, Mary, MD Gafar, Mick, Mizanur, MRX, Niru, Ngok, Nicholas, Nur, Punam, Rana, Rafiul, Rahul, Ratul, Saddam, Sorav, Shah Jahan, Shah Jalal, Sumit, Sunil, Titus, Vikash, and Wallace.
And I
Okay.
think Andres just said that he logged in from his channel, so his name is Andres, so you can remove him.
Oh yes, sir. I got it the right. I got the right name, Andres Sanchez. So thanks, Andres. And I will please send me a DM. Please create a Make Stories account and DM me the email address later on. Okay, so now let's do the live winners. Okay, let's shuffle two more winners. Okay, so our first winner is Rahul Jain. Congratulations, Rahul. Please let me know if you are here and while I draw the second winner.
It's HM Shuja always.
Did he win last time in another session or
I know, but he wins it. I don't know what does he do. Maybe maybe
he,
he
he owns the wheel of names? Okay, hi Rahul. Okay, so Rahul is here. Thank you for confirming you are here. And HM, I'm sure is there because he was the one saying, "Hey, my name is not here." So maybe HM is an owner of Wheel of
Wheel of
Names.
Names. Yeah,
So that could be possible. Anyway, thanks so much. Congratulations to Rahul, to HM, and to Andres. To the winners, please DM to me. Please create an account on MakeStories.io. And after creating that, please send it to me so I can send it
yeah,
to team. Yeah.
yeah. I think they should be going to the redeem page technically to they don't need to create an account first, and you can
Oh,
just give them the coupon code and they can go to the uh, link actually.
I
And
didn't know that. You asked
yeah,
me to create an account.
or did I don't
Yeah,
remember.
it's okay.
You know,
Then I'll just ask for the codes from you. Then I'll send it to them.
yeah, you can get the codes from Karan actually.
Oh, from Karen. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No worries. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Oh, sorry. You did not get this one, Asif. And let's see.
Okay. Asif,
HM is damn lucky, and that's good. Okay. Maybe it's how his name is listed. Call me FM Mujo from now on. Okay. Okay, next time first. Okay. In August, join one of our live streams and I will call you FM Muja. Okay. So good night everyone and thanks so much for joining us live today. Thanks so much Pratik and I
thank
really
you.
love Make Stories and looking forward to using it much more.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks so
Bye bye.
much everyone. Bye bye.